Would you
Evening.
eat a steak grown in a laboratory? The technology is available, and we heard earlier that it could be a boost to the economy, as well as be a boon to the climate-producing, nutritional, protein-rich food, with what the manufacturers say would be far fewer emissions. So, Kate, to you first of all, should we welcome lab-grown meat for environmental reasons?
I think it's a really interesting idea, and I think the government should be supporting it. Do I think it is the silver bullet that we need to tackle the climate crisis? No, I do not. I really think that it could end up actually being a bit of a distraction from the things, the very big things that we know that we need to do. And one of those things, of course, is actually cutting the amount of meat and dairy that we eat. And so this could help that goal. But perhaps what would be more effective is actually strong targets and policy from the government to reduce our meat production and encouraging us to eat a bit less meat and dairy as well as, of course, supporting farmers to make sure that they're growing the food that we need and that their livelihoods are supported and they're keeping us and the planet healthy too.
OK, Stuart, let's pick up some of those points with you. And I also want to introduce one stat here as well, because Our World in Data says that 1 kilo of beef emits 60 kilograms of greenhouse gases. So I think I'm right in saying that you do have cows, don't you? Do you think that we do have to look at alternatives to beef for the sake of the planet?
Well, I think this gets to the heart of the issue. I think it's a really interesting issue. But one of the things for me is we treat all meats exactly the same. We assume that meat is meat is meat. And what we know is that there are very different emissions depending on the production systems, depending on where it is produced in the world. In this country, for example, we have a carbon footprint on our beef that is 50% lower than the global average. And as people start to question more about their food, where their food's coming from, as consumers become more informed, then actually I think it's really important on all of us to explain those different production systems and the impacts both on climate, but on biodiversity and on water that sit behind those different production systems.
OK, what do you make of that? Do you think it's fair to say that we shouldn't demonise all meat production and it depends on the way it's produced?
Sure.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that. Oh,
Sorry, Stuart.
sorry.
Kate, go ahead.
I think that of course is really important, but I think that we can't actually get away from the fact that emissions from livestock globally are very high, actually as a total of greenhouse gases. Agriculture is responsible for 10% of greenhouse gases in the UK, and we can't deny those facts, and we do actually need to just appreciate we do have to reduce altogether across meat and dairy.
OK, Stuart, just a quick response to that then. We can't deny the facts, says Kate.
Yeah, look, another fact that's really important in terms of putting the UK in context, there's 278 million dairy animals around the world producing dairy products. If they were all as efficient as a UK dairy cow, we'd only need 76 million. That's how much more efficient we already are in this country, and we want to get more efficient. We have a target to get agriculture to net zero by 2040. So by looking at where food is produced, how it's produced, people can make real conscious decisions and back our production systems, which are amongst the most climate friendly.